What's up? Today, we're going to discuss the topic, how to develop a positive mindset. There are so many people that I meet on a daily basis, some are just like you, who have a negative outlook on life, right? And that puzzles me. I mean, it caused me to really try to figure out why they are so negative, right? So today we're going to discuss how any one of us, can develop a positive mindset and get positive results in our lives almost immediately, right? A negative mindset won't get you anywhere. But a positive mindset can take you places that you never thought you can go. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. If you have a question that you would like for me to answer at any point during this live, just leave it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer it for you. It can be about anything. But today, the topic is going to be, how can you develop a positive mindset? As long as I have been alive, I've always known that I have had a positive mindset, a positive outlook on life. I don't see situations as being negative. I try to learn from them. So what is a positive mindset? When people are talking about this, and my goal, by the way, today is to make this topic really, really simple, easy for you to understand, to digest, so you can immediately implement this into your life right now, right? That's what the purpose of this live is. So what is a positive mindset? When you see people talking about a positive mindset, what is it? Well, it's actually a way of thinking, right? It's a way of seeing things in a different way than most people see things, right? Negative mindset, sometimes people use a negative mindset to try to protect themselves, but really they are not unleashing their potential when they are, living a life with a negative mindset or negative thinking. So what is a positive mindset? It is a way of looking at things that help you to come to a solution versus quitting and giving up and not coming to any sort of solution at all. That's what you need to understand. That's what a positive mindset is all about. Right. Now, here's the problem that we all face. None of us are born with a positive mindset or a positive way of thinking. None of us are. Every single one of us are just born the way we are. And what comes into us when we are kiddos, when we're young, what is put into us, sometimes it grows into us and matures as we grow, right? So if you were a young child and the authority figures in your life always told you weren't going to be nothing, you were not going to do anything, you were not going to have success in life, if you were in an environment where it was impoverished and everybody was struggling and nobody was trying to get out, right? You had no voice in your life that was telling you what's possible. Every voice in your life was about what was impossible. Then that is, you are born in an environment that was negative, right? It's not giving you the best chance to succeed in life. And a lot of people are born into that kind of an environment. People beat you down with their negativity and their negative history and their negative words, and that's all you know. What can't be done, what couldn't be done, what you are unable to do. That's all you've known your entire life, right? I'm here to tell you that as the same way that you learned about what was impossible, you can learn what's possible. The same way. It's the exact same thing, because it's still going into your ears, your eyes, your mouth, into your mind, and your life is a reflection of your thinking, right? It's still it's the same thing, same way. The same way you learned about negativity is the exact same way you can learn about positivity. The difference, though, right now is if you are grown, if you're an adult, you control it. You do. No one else does. So, what can you hope to gain from having a positive mindset? What is it all about, right? What can you hope? How can you benefit? How can your life benefit from having a positive mindset? If you don't know what the benefit is, you might as well just keep on doing what you're doing right now. Well, number one, when you have a positive mindset, right, you see the good in everything, no matter how negative it was. Let me give you an example. I was married. If you know my story, I was married for 28 years, in the marriage for 25. And people would say to me, oh my gosh, I mean, that was a long time. You know, you wasted time. No, I did not waste time. There are things I learned in that 28 years of marriage that have helped me to succeed in my marriage now. There are lessons that I learned from that situation that have helped me where I am now. Every time you fail, every time something negative happens to you, you have an opportunity to learn something from it so you don't have to repeat it, right? That's the benefit of having a positive mindset. You see the good in everything, right? You're not delusional, right? You're not somebody who just, you're euphoric. What you see, okay, this has happened. I can't change it. What can I learn from it so that I can make sure that in the future, I don't have to deal with this anymore, right? Second thing, you will always see the glass as being half full, not half empty. You will always see the glass as being half full and not half empty, right? That's a mindset. That's a way of thinking, right? You see the glass as being half full and not half empty. Because a lot of people see life as half full. Half empty, not half full. Number three, you will always see what you have, not what you don't have. It's what you have that propels you to the next level in your life, not focusing on what you don't have. Right? That's what having a positive mindset helps you to be able to do. Have you ever spent time with people and the only thing they can talk about is what isn't? They're just negative, right? They always talk about what they don't have, what they didn't get, what someone didn't do for them, where they didn't go, right? Have you ever talked to somebody that's like that? And do they not drag you down? Because their mindset is they have a glass of wine, right? Like I do, this Merlot. And all they can see is not the beauty in the wine that's there. They see the emptiness in what's not there, right? So because of that, they never take a sip. They never get to enjoy what is there because all they see is what is not there. Have you ever been around somebody? Man, we don't have the right tools. We don't have the right this. We at work, right? I wish we had this. I wish we had that. What do you have? What do you have that you can start using right now? What do you have? Right? What do you have? What do you have? I don't mean to get biblical on you, but when Moses was leading the children of Israel across the Red Sea, God asked him one question. Man, what you got in your hand, man? Use what you have in your hand. All right, you got a rod. Take that. Strike it on the ground. That's what part of the Red Sea and everybody walked across, right? What's my point? Whether you believe in the Bible or not, what's my point? What do you have? is the way you need to be thinking, right? That's the positive mindset. Look at your situation. There's somebody who's listening right now. You are facing a situation. You're like, I just don't know how I'm going to get to this next thing, this next level. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish what it is I'm trying to accomplish. And I'm going to challenge you to ask yourself this question. What do you have right now that you could begin to use to get to the next level, to the next step, to make the next step, to take the next step, right? What do you have right now that you can use? That's important, because that, it may not carry you to the finish line, but it can carry you one step further. And when you take that one step closer, then something else will appear. Something you'll realize, wait a minute, I have this too. And when you take that second step, it will lead to a third and a fourth. Most people are trying to leap from the starting line to the finish line without having to go through the steps to get there. When you have a positive mindset, you say, okay, I know eventually I'm going to get to the finish line, but I'm going to take care of business where I am right now. And that is the beauty of having a positive mindset and not a negative one. So I'm going to stop for a second and answer this question from Michael. How can I forgive someone without an apology? It's easy. I want you to listen to me. Okay. I'm writing a book it's called Learning to Let Go, right? The benefits, I think it's 10 or 15 benefits you receive from forgiving somebody else. You don't need somebody to apologize for you to forgive them. Now, let's deal with this question. You want them to apologize because they hurt you. You want them to feel sorry because they hurt you. You want them to feel the pain that you feel because they hurt you, because it wasn't fair. They did you wrong. Yes, they did. But whether you get an apology or not, you can still forgive that person and free yourself from their offense. Okay? What is forgiveness? Forgiveness is when you release somebody from the penalty of doing whatever they did to you, right? You release them from the penalty of doing that because you are the one that holds the power to that, and let them go free. It will be like you're on a highway, you're driving 100 miles an hour, and you get a ticket. The police stop you and you get a ticket. When you go to court, the judge asks you, why on earth were you driving so fast? Why were you driving like a bat out of hell? And you explain to the judge, I received a call that my mother was on her deathbed. She was passing away. And I had less than 1 hour to get to her, and I was 2 hours away. The judge then looks at you and says, I didn't know that. Now that I know that, I'm going to not charge you for this ticket. I'm going to let you go without paying any penalty. Just be careful the next time you're driving down the road. And then the judge says, I'm going to pray for you and your family. The judge had the power to punish you, but the judge chose not to. I know I gave you some dramatic story, but you are the judge in your life. And when somebody hurts you, cuts you deep, right? Violates you, like that judge, have a choice to make. You can forgive that person or not. If you forgive them, you are freeing yourself. Yes, you're freeing them from the punishment of the offense, but you are freeing yourself, because the longer you hold on to it and the longer they go unpunished, the more agonizing it is for you. Because you think in yourself, man, they should be They should be beat down. They should be hurt. They should be this. They should be that. That's all you can think about. So it eats away at you, and that person has forgotten about it and moved on with their life. So in your life, you are the judge, like that judge. So you have to forgive people, right? So you can have peace in your life and not carry the burden of somebody offending you. Sometimes in meetings, I tell a story. You're driving down the highway, trying to get to work, trying to make things happen. Somebody cuts you off, but they don't know it, right? So you pissed off. Now you pissed off. You want to chase that person down so you could tell them in that red Porsche. You want to tell them, you want to give them a piece of your mind. You want to give them the middle finger. Man, what you doing? Why are you driving like that? You almost cut me off. You caused me to have an accident. And all I'm trying to do is get to work. And so you really are chasing after that person to try to give them the middle finger, blowing your horn and flashing your high beams, the whole 9 yards, right? Well, you get to a place in the highway where you have to go straight and that person gets to turn off. And that person flies over and turns off and he's gone. And you're mad because now you can't tell that person how you felt. And you carry that anger with you all day. And that person in that red Porsche didn't even know that they almost caused you to have an accident. But you've been carrying around that pissed off feeling all day because of what that person did. You get home at night, you tell your spouse, oh my God, this guy in this Porsche, who do you think he is, right? And that person, they done moved on with their life. They don't even know that they hurt you. They don't even know that they almost cut you off. They don't even know that they actually caused you to have an accident. But you're carrying it along. That's what unforgiveness is. You're just carrying it along in your life. So it benefits you to let it go, move on with your life, and know that whatever a person sows, they're going to also reap that. It may not come back to them right now. Remember, you're the judge, but eventually if they keep doing it, it's going to happen. All right? So I hope that helped you. If you don't forgive, you carry the burden. You're absolutely right, Trina. Question. Do you suggest I speak to the girl that hurt me unintentionally? I think I hurt her also. So, yeah, if you think it's going to benefit you, right? There's a couple of things that's happening I see here. So she hurt you and you hurt her, okay? You are responsible for your portion of that, right? You may have to go back to her and just say, I'm sorry. She may not even felt hurt, right? You think she was hurt, but she may not have felt hurt. In my previous marriage, after I was divorced for 3 years, and as I got married to Ashley, I went back to my ex-wife and I said to her, listen, I apologize if I hurt you in any way in our 25 to 28 years of marriage. She didn't ask for it. I just wanted to apologize to her because I know that I wasn't perfect. I know that I did some things that could have hurt her, but I just wanted to apologize for it because I wanted to release myself from the burden of hurting her. I wanted to tell her, hey, if you can find it in your heart to forgive me for anything that I hurt you for, whether you know I did or not, or whether I know I did or not, that would be awesome. So yes, it's okay to go back to a person and say to them, hey, listen, not sure if you felt the pain of this, but I'm sorry. You're awesome. I'm sorry. Just wanted to just lay that on you. So yes, that's a good thing to do, right? It shows that you're humble in the whole 9 yards. All right. Carol, hey, my friend, how are you? This is Carol, New Hampshire, recovering from brain surgery, 512. Congratulations. I'm glad to see that you're doing well. Michael said, wow, that's deep. Thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. So what do you do in those situations to calm down or ignore? Can you share some techniques? Yeah. So I'm going to continue to go on, talk about how to develop a positive mindset, but let's talk about situations that you need to be calm in, or things that you can ignore. Here are some techniques. You got to understand this. One, no one controls you. Only you do. Right? You have no real control over the future, and you cannot change your past. You can't. There's absolutely nothing you can do about what happened yesterday but learn from it, right? There's nothing you can do about tomorrow but prepare for it. All of that learning and preparing happens right now, right this very second, right? So what you need to do is you need to recognize that there's nothing you can do about yesterday and nothing you can do about tomorrow. So you ask yourself the question, what can I do today to make sure that tomorrow doesn't happen, yesterday doesn't happen, and tomorrow is better? And you start working from that point. What are 2 or 3 things I can do right now to make sure that yesterday never happens again and tomorrow is much better? And you start working on those things. Ask yourself honestly, if you were talking to a friend and they asked you the question, man, I messed this up, I don't want to do that again. What can I do today to stop that? Then you do that to yourself and you start working on those steps to make those things happen, right? And stop thinking about yesterday other than to learn from it. Stop worrying about and becoming anxious about tomorrow. Just prepare for it and you'll be fine. Live in the present. That's what it's all about. Okay. Carolyn said that's a great way to handle the situation. Forgive even if they don't seek it. This is my year for letting go. I forgive myself, not them. Yes. You are the judge in your life. You are. And there are people who have offended you, done wrong by you, talked behind your back, cursed you out, said negative things about you to other people that you don't even know, right? You don't see it happening to you directly, but people in my book, Intimidating, you'll be able to read this. It's coming out September 1st. I'm trying to get it out September 1st. People are talking negatively about you. You need to forgive them because they don't know who they talking about. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are a world changer. And they don't have no idea that they're talking about that kind of person. So yes, you need to forgive them. What do I mean by forgiveness? You're releasing them from the penalty and punishment of what they're doing. You're freeing yourself because now you can write it off on the books. Don't have to deal with that case no more, just like the judge, right? But you're freeing them from the offense and the penalty. You're freeing them from it. And that's important. So yes, even if they may not know, you got to forgive them for it. Forgive them. Sometimes people do stuff, they don't have no idea they're doing it. They're just doing it because they're ignorant. That's the truth. Right? They just don't know. So let's get back to this, how to develop a positive mindset. If you have questions, leave them in the comment section. Again, I love answering your questions. I love pouring into your lives in this way. I love helping you. Thank you for the advice. Back in the pool, lifting, walking, feeling awesome. I love that. Keep me posted on that. You are, and if I were you, I would document your success, document your progress, because there's somebody else who will be going through exactly what you're going through, and they will need to hear your story. Okay. I am great. I am great that I am great that I am. Hi, I want financial independence. What are your thoughts? I'm going to tell you that. Let me get through these points right here. I'm going to tell you how to become financially independent in your life. Now, what does financial independence mean? It means having control of your finances. Now, listen to me. Having your money work for you. That's a way of thinking about it. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. I'm going to tell you how you reach that point. Okay. All right. What will you learn from having a positive mindset? Again, we already talked about this. Number one, you see the good in everything. Okay. Number two, you see the glass as being half full, not half empty. You see what you have, not what you don't have. What are the challenges? The reason why people don't have a positive mindset is because, one, they consume way too much negativity. Way too much. What do I mean? Negativity is a lot more attractive in most cases and dramatic than positivity. And we're consuming it on TV, on social media, on the internet, in our close circles. We're consuming way too much. And what do I mean consuming? We're watching too much of it. We are, and you control your eyes and what you watch. We're listening to too much of it. You control what you hear. And we're saying or repeating what we've seen or heard, right? What we say out of our mouths comes directly from our thinking, right? Our thoughts are developed by what we allow, our mind allows us to see and hear, right? So you're consuming way too much negativity. Number two, you spend way too much time with people who are negative. They always see negativity, and you spend too much time with them. You are not walking away from those negative relationships for whatever reason. It could be a family member. It could be somebody that's close to you. You say, oh, they've always been like that, but it's affecting you. Because if you allow a smoker to smoke in your presence, whether you like smoking or not, you too will smell like a smoker. Okay? So you're hanging around too many people who are negative. And number three, you're not taking control over your own negative thoughts. We all get them. The root of all negativity is fear. The root of all negativity is fear. And you're not taking control of that negativity. And so it just hangs around in your life until it finds an opportunity to push you down and kick you down on the ground. You got to take control over that. When you see something that you, man, it just doesn't look like it's going to come out the way it's supposed to be, you have to take control of that thought, and you have to say, no, this is going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. This is going to happen the way I'm supposed to happen. That's what's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? You got to take control of your thinking, because negativity happens to us all the time. Negative stuff happens to us, everybody, all the time. How you handle it when it comes to you will determine how that negativity is used. You flip it, you're not flipping, you're going to let it affect you, you're going to let it kick you down, or you're going to let it go under your feet so it can rise you up. See what I'm saying? Now, why is having a positive mindset, how does that benefit you? How does it benefit you? Number one, when you have a positive mindset, how does that benefit you? Because you will always see what's possible. Carol, I'm going to use you as an example. So here is a woman who has had brain surgery, but she has a choice, right? The choice is, I'm going to survive and live, or I'm going to let this take me out. The very fact that she has joined us on this live tells us that she said, this is not going to take me out. I am going to live through this, and I'm going to use it to springboard the rest of my life to the next level. Right? Imagine you were faced with the possibility of having brain surgery. I mean, I can't even imagine it, right? How does anybody make it through that? I can't even fathom it. But I would have to find some way, some angel, right? Something to make me say, okay, I'm going to trust this doctor. He knows what he's doing. She knows what she's doing. They're going to get me through this, and I'm going to be better after this brain surgery, better than I am now. You understand? But how many people don't look at it from that perspective? They use the brain surgery as an excuse to not live their best life. They use the brain surgery as a way to get people to feel sorry for them, right? They use it as a way to give them some sort of excuse to be down and not empower them. You understand? You have to use what happened to you to push you to everything in our lives. Can do one of two things. It can either knock us down or lift us up. Everything. Your divorce. Did it knock you down or did it lift you up? Are you saying, oh my God, I can't believe I'm no longer married? Or are you saying, oh my God, I have an opportunity to live a happier life, right? You got fired from a job. Oh my gosh, I lost this job, right? Or you say, oh my gosh, I now have an opportunity to be with the company I can be with for the next 10 or 12 years. Or I have an opportunity to start my own business, right? So that I can be financially independent or whatever you decide to do, right? Or, I don't have to work anymore. I can finally support my wife or support my husband or raise my kid. How are you looking at it, right? How are you looking at these things? A positive mindset sees what's possible from everything. You're welcome, Carol. I'm glad I helped you. So I want you to understand that. So, how does a person actually, Dan, come on, man, this positive mindset stuff, how does a person actually develop a positive mindset, man? Is this all talk? Or is it something that you're born with? Or is it something that you can, no, it's something that you develop. And here's how you develop. 3 things. Number 1, if you want to have a positive mindset, you are going to have to make a decision to take action in your life, right? You can't wait until something good happens before you start being positive or have a positive mindset. You got to make a decision. Man, I'm going to do this right now. As hard as it is, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to make it happen now. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it right now. I don't want to have a better body, but you got to stop, work out. You got to work out. You can't get a better body if you don't eat right and work out. Do you want to do it? No, you don't want to do it, but you got to do it anyway, right? If that's what you truly want, you got to take action right now, right? The next thing is you have to find everything you can that's positive, that you can look at, listen to, talk about. Everything you can that's positive. Let's use Carolyn again as an example. So Carolyn was going through brain surgery, right? Now, what do you think that experience would have been like for her if everybody she talked to says, girl, I hope you make it. Girl, oh my goodness, I hope you come through on the other side. Girl, I mean, it's going to be hard. Ooh, I don't know what I would do. No, Carol needs people in her life that says, listen, you are going to be fine. I'm going to be right here when you finish. I cannot wait to see how amazing you are when you finish this brain surgery. Thank God that you're not going to have any more pain in this area. Thank God that you're going to be clear in your thinking in this particular area. I'm so happy that you're going through this brain surgery because you are going to be 100% better, right? That's a positive mindset. That's what you want to make sure that you are. You got to take action and you got to make sure that you have people around you in your circle that's speaking that kind of stuff into your life. Because I would hate to go through something that could potentially kill me and talk to a bunch of people who are nothing but negative, naysayer, down, talking, don't believe in nothing but bad things happening to anybody, right? I don't need that kind of person in my life, all right? So you have to find everything you can to consume that's positive. Read a book, listen to an audiobook, listen to these videos. That's what you got to do. Feed yourself with positivity. Feed yourself with that energy. Feed yourself, right? Because what you consume, you become. Whatever you consume, you become. Whatever you consume, you become. Whatever you put in your mouth, your body will show, right? You eat too many carbs, you get bigger, right? That's how it works. You work out, you get stronger. You understand? Whatever you consume in your ear, your eyes, your mouth, your life becomes. You got to find everything you can and stuff it in your mouth. Choke yourself with it. Do whatever you have to make sure that your mindset is positive. You understand? And then you have to put what you are learning into practice. It's not going to be easy. People are going to throw rocks at you. Life is going to throw rocks at you all day, every day. You're sitting in your office. You're trying to get something done. People keep disturbing you. What do? Keep going. Right? You're trying to work out. You're trying to eat right. But the office says, hey, we're having a pizza party. What you do? You got to keep going. You're tired. You don't want to work out. You don't want to exercise. What do? You just got to keep going, man. That's what you got to do. You got to make a decision that you're going to commit to being positive, period. Because your whole life will benefit from it. You understand? When you make a commitment to a positive mindset, that's a positive way of thinking, your life, not only will your life change, but your circle, the people that you allow in your inner circle will change. Think about it. If you are not a smoker, you do not want people who smoke to be around you. I'm not saying they're not good people. You just don't want the smell of smoke always. You just don't want it, right? When you develop a positive mindset, your circle will start to change. The people who were negative in your life, they will start to move away because they can't take it. Light and darkness, oil and water does not mix. And when you start to elevate your thinking to become more positive, people who are negative will not be able to stick around. You don't have to tell them to leave. They won't be able to stick around. They won't. And finally, you will become contagious. Because of your positive mindset, it will permeate wherever you are, and people will become more attracted to you because they're going to want to know, how in the hell are you like this? And they're going to want some of it. Being positive and having a positive mindset is very, very contagious. It's more contagious than the coronavirus. It is very contagious. People will become attracted to you. They will want to be part of your life. That's when you start to attract the right people in your life. You understand? So I'm telling you, developing a positive mindset is something that you can do. Let's talk about financial freedom, financial independence. What is, to answer the question, what is financial independence? It means that you do not have to depend on others for money. Let me say that again because that's important. People say they want financial independence, but you have to understand what you're asking for. You are saying, I want to have enough money working for me that I don't have to depend on others for money. I am a business owner. Okay? I provide a service to a client and they pay me. So I am dependent on my clients to pay me for my services. You understand? I'm an author. I'm going to ask every one of you who are here on this live, who watch this on the replay, to click the link in my bio or click the link in this video and go buy a book. If anything I said today helped you, I would appreciate your support by you going to the link in my bio and clicking and buying an ebook. You can download it today. You can start reading it. So I'm going to ask that you do that, right? I'm depending on you to buy a book, right? To support and sustain that publishing business. So when you say you want to be free financially or financial independence, you're saying, I do not want to have to depend on anybody for money. That means you have to have enough money that makes you enough money that you don't have to worry about money. Okay? Very few people are in that category. Very few. You can get there. It takes time. It takes work. You're going to have to work hard to get there. You can have freedom, though. Right? Now, what is freedom? Freedom means to do what you want, how you want, when you want to do it. That's what financial freedom means. It means that you can do whatever you want, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. Okay? You work a month. If you want to take a week off at the beginning of every month and you make enough money to do that, you can do that. So you can, instead of working 4 weeks a month, you might be able to make enough money to work 3, right? You might be able to make enough money in 1 month to work 2, right? You might be able to make enough money to only work 6 months out of the year. What's my point? Financial freedom means that you're making enough money to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. Okay? Providing a service, providing a product, or working for somebody else. Financial freedom. So I hope I answered your question. Listen, I love sharing with you guys. I love it. And I will spend the rest of my life until I can no longer breathe. I will spend the rest of my life helping you get to the next level in your life. Again, I encourage you, please, I'm asking you, click the link in my bio and purchase yourself an ebook. Look at the ebook titles there. There are more ebooks that are coming out in the coming weeks. I would appreciate your support. Thank you very much, whether you're watching this live or on a replay on YouTube or Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. Make the choice to develop a positive mindset, because your entire life will change because of it. Take care.